But the Lord, Jesus, said to her, "My dear Martha, you are worried and upset over all these what? Details." This doesn't mean that details in life don't matter. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what Jesus is saying. Like, here was Martha's problem. This is what I believe is happening here. I think Martha believed what many of us believe, that if I slow down, if I simplify, what about all the things that won't get done? What about all the things that I won't get to do that someone else I know gets to do? What about all the provision that won't be provided? She was worried about all the details. And here was Jesus. Like put yourself from an outsider's perspective right into the situation. Here Jesus was sitting in her living room. Now, this was Jesus, God in the flesh. The guy who would eventually raise her brother Lazarus from the dead. The guy who walked on water and calmed the raging seas. The guy who gave sight to the blind, hearing to the deaf, and strength to the paralyzed. The guy who took 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish and multiplied them so much that it fed 5,000 men, not counting women and children, and there was 12 baskets of leftovers. That guy, Jesus, was in her living room. Do you think he was concerned about where the meal would come from? Like he could make one appear if he wanted to. And it would have been the best meal Martha ever had. Jesus was in her house, yet Martha was so busy with all the details of life, she was missing out on a divine moment. And friends, can I just say, Jesus is in your house too. But a lot of us are so busy and distracted with all the details of life, we are missing out on divine moments in life. We have to be okay with not knowing all the details. We have to be okay with not being in control of all the details, which is hard for this control freak. We have to be okay with missing out on some things that other people do in life so that we can actually experience real life. We talked about this back in our Sabbath series in November, but simplifying, slowing down, even stopping some things in life is actually a sign of our trust in God. That when we choose to simplify, slow down, even stop some things, we are acknowledging that God can actually handle the details I don't know about. That God can handle the details I don't have time to get to. That God can handle the details I don't know how to solve. Like you'll never slow down your life without trusting God with some details. It's the acknowledgement that you are God and I am not. So I'm surrendering these details that I tend to be distracted by. I'm surrendering this to you and I'm trusting you to figure it out, God.